The Justin Robert Young program brought to you as always by everybody who supports us at PayJuryDaily.com. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very spooky Halloween episode of Jury Daily. My name is Justin Robert Young. If you are not watching us on YouTube, youtube.com/Justin Robert Young or twitch.tv/Justin R. Young, then you are not viewing the fact that I am in my La Parka costume for Halloween. If you do not know who La Parka is, then educate yourself. The chairman of WCW, still wrestling to this day, was in the main event of the biggest wrestling show in Mexico this year. So big ups to the legend La Parka. This is in recognition of you. You're the man. Let's go ahead and get into the story. You want to know who else is the man? Could it be Satan? Yeah, Satan, turns out this devil's advocate thing is not just a figure of speech. The Satanic Temple is now threatening legal action against Netflix because in the new Netflix series, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, there is a satanic order, apparently, where I guess witches become better witches. I guess it's like their version of Hogwarts or whatever, but this is for evil people. In that facility, there is a statue that we are looking at right now. It looks like a man's body with a goat's face and horns, pentagram at the top of his nose, just above his eye line. He is raising his right hand aloft with two fingers up, and he's got wings. Now, this looks like a gigantic statue of Satan. So, you got to wonder, oh, man, that's crazy. That's Baphomet, apparently. You're like, oh, that's a great Satan statue. Man, I'll bet you what, those set designers on the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, they're doing great work. By the way, for the record, the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina are from the same team that brought you Riverdale. These are dark, gritty reboots of the Archie comics. And so this one is Sabrina, right? So much like Riverdale has deaths and murders and teachers fucking students and stuff like that, this one leans way. It's not just, ooh, I'm a witch. I wonder if somebody's going to find it. And here's a talking black cat, the way that the old family-friendly version was. I ain't seen it yet, but, from what I'm gathering, this is a lot more like, for real, there's a connection between the Dark Lord, and I'm sure there's human sacrifices and that kind of shit. So they got to go whole hog. Either they're going to go big or go home, and so that's what they've done with this statue of Satan. Here's the problem. They've gone too far. They've gone too far into their deal with the devil. In fact, that was the problem. They didn't make a deal with the devil because that statue is apparently identical to the Satanic Temple's copyrighted statue of Baphomet. You gotta make the deal with the devil. You can't just rip the devil off. This is Lucian Greaves. He's the co-founder of the Satanic Temple on Twitter. Yes, we are taking legal action regarding hashtag The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, appropriating our copyrighted monument design to promote their asinine satanic panic fiction. He then went on to say, I'm amazed that anybody is confused as to why we would seek legal remedy over Sabrina using our monument. Would they be as understanding of a fictional show that used a real mosque as the headquarters of a terrorist cell? Or a fictional blood libel tale implicating real-world Jews? Now, the statue that was appropriated, in Lucian's words, by the creators of the show was first commissioned in 2014 to protest the installation of the Ten Commandments monument on the grounds of the Oklahoma State Capitol. The idea being that if you were going to have one religious symbol on government grounds, then you need to have all religious symbols on government grounds. And so they designed and built, this is the real statue now that we are looking at, and it is the very similar, it is obviously rebuilt for the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, but there are some fairly telltale signs that this is the same idea. Although I would say that the Satanic Temples version is better. It has Satan, or Baphomet, sitting with his feet very casually crossed, while a young boy and a young girl look up to Satan. So apparently this is also a traveling, I did not know this. This is a traveling monument for the Satanic Temple. This we are reading from Sci-Fi Wire, this whole story. When the Commandments monument was removed, the 9-foot-tall, 2,000-pound bronze Baphomet statue was completed and debuted at the Detroit chapter of the Satanic Temple a year later. It was parked outside the Arkansas State Capitol earlier this year to protest another Ten Commandments monument. Now, I get, it's funny to read the reaction around this story, because there's the very legal version of it of, we need to challenge the copyright. If somebody steals this, then we are unable to protect our copyright on it. And I don't know. Geez, this is going to be a problem with my skeleton-covered hands. But I don't know. We can do a very quick, and I would ask our live chat room, if you can find, is there merchandise or apparel being sold by the Satanic Temple of the Baphomet statue? Because by the way, if there ain't, there ought to be. And that would be the number one way that they could challenge Netflix, is to say, hey, look, you are creating art that seemingly infringes on our ability to make money. Because you are going out of your way. Like, I wonder, I mean, if the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is going to sell something with this statue on it, which would not be crazy. It's a hit, popular show. All right, it looks like we might actually have the Satanic Temple shop. All right, we have now brought up the gift shop. Please exit through the gift shop for the Satanic Temple. This is what they have to offer. And indeed, it looks like they got a bit of a thing. So they have, this is just a contribution. You have official membership cards and certificates. No, you have a witch mug. No, that doesn't work. Okay, there's a Satanic Temple logo mug. But we need the full. There we go. Satanic Temple, Baphomet, and Invocation, two-sided print. That's it. That's your money right there. You're telling me that you're trying to step on my cash? You trying to step on the devil's green? Is that what you're doing? You trying to come on down to hell and tell the devil that you are issuing competing and confusing art that makes the marketplace not understand that there is only one clear rights holder for the devil's Baphomet statue? Oh, Netflix, you done stepped in it. You stepped in it something fierce now. Oh, man, you thought the devil was pissed off when you canceled Iron Fist. Oh, the devil's fucking really cheesed off now. The devil's ready to really go at it. We're going to really have it out. I just love that there's going to be a need for a real devil's advocate. I'm very excited for that. Who got hired as the devil's advocate? We could find out how Satan himself feels about this. We could. Hold on. Let's see if I can dial up. I can dial up Satan here. Here we go.
Hello, it's me, Satan.
Hey, Satan. Real quick question. So, can you go on an unbroken 1 minute soundbite on exactly what you think about all of this, hoopla with the chilling adventures of Sabrina?
Yeah, I'm really glad that you asked that. So, down here in hell, we like to operate by a very simple motto. Please don't eat my meal, because I reserve the right to protect my meal. Even if you think you want it, I deserve it. These are the rights I've hereby designated and live by in the kingdom of hell as ruled over by Satan. That's it. That's all we have. And so if that's the case, then no, you can't just use... I'm a fan of Netflix, all right? I really liked Glow. I was a fan of House of Cards. I mean, not now. Jeez Louise with cheese. But back in the beginning, it was very, very good. I really enjoyed it. So, I'm going to... How about this? I'll be kind, even though you ripped off my statue. I'll allow you guys to move scot-free. All you need to do is give me your soul. Yes, make your soul mine. Pledge your soul to Satan, and then you will be allowed to have unmitigated copyrighted use of the statue that you have pilfered. I offer you this one-time decision. You make your choice. Is it left or right? Give me your soul, and you will have unlimited merchandising.
Ladies and gentlemen, Satan. Apparently the bonds between our worlds so thin that Satan able to make an appearance on the program. Let's go ahead and get into your emails. Go ahead and send me your email or leave a comment right here on the YouTube. If you want to send an email, it's jurydaily@gmail.com. Again, jurydaily@gmail.com. Middle-aged Mike writes, during my time in the Army, 25 years, I ate outside countless times, sometimes in a hole in the ground, sometimes next to a tree, sometimes in the rain under a poncho, and sometimes while walking up a mountain. Never once did I call it a picnic. Fuck picnics. To this day, I hate eating outside even if I have to, but hey, to each their own. P.S. I had sex in a cemetery once. Well, fucking brag about it, middle-aged Mike. Alanon 6666. And by the way, these are all, we have a lot of emails about what's a picnic and what's a barbecue and what's just eating outside. Alanon says, so I think we can break this into two groups. Is cooking outside the main event, or is eating outside the main event? If it's eating, it's a picnic. If it's cooking, then it's a cookout or a barbecue. And I'd say the difference between those is if you're cooking sandwich type foods, aka burgers, hot dogs, chicken breasts, which makes it a cookout, or you're cooking meat, i.e. ribs, steaks, chunks of pork, that makes it a barbecue. That's how I would divide them up. That's an interesting one. I do like the idea that if you are cooking, it's a cookout or a barbecue. That's a good designation. But that does not answer what the difference between a picnic and eating outside is. I need that line. We need to define that line. Will writes in the last jury, you asked for people to write in about the nuances of what constitutes a picnic. My hot take, get the fuck out of here with this technicality bullshit. If I had a nickel for every time some guy named Keith at a party asked me if he thinks a hot dog's a sandwich, I might be able to give Bryce enough money to buy a ham and Swiss. You want to talk about the best use of a snooty British villain? Keith, the patronizing motherfucker, has a cocky shit-eating grin on his face as he plays out the same conversation he's had 50 times before. He looks so fucking smug as he brings up his counterpoint to every potential answer. There is a fun way to have this conversation, but I've never seen it. All he ever does is throw more questions. What about a taco? Keith says. Is a hot dog a taco? No, Keith, that's ridiculous. This is the same guy who'll start every sentence with technically and pretend not to understand what you mean when you mispronounce something, or generally only ever say things to try and get your goat. Technically, we don't live in a democracy. We live in a republic. I'm sorry, you enjoy what? Acai? Oh, I'm sorry. I think you mean acai. Sorry, I don't understand what you could possibly be talking about. You know the creator says it's pronounced Jeff. Fuck this guy. Leave my goat alone. Don't be Keith. If it helps, I'm right. Well, a little aggressive, but I appreciate your moxie. Great Sword NH on YouTube writes, here are the essential elements of a picnic. Unusual seating outdoors. You can't picnic where you eat every day. Pre-made simple comfort food. Nothing fancy, but you have to make it yourself. And it's a small social event. Anything more than 6 people at a picnic, and it's a party, not a picnic. That is the closest that we have gotten or will get to an answer unless you email us in. JuRYDaily@gmail.com. I'd like to thank everybody here in the jury box of producers. The Gen, PD Rave, Non-Specific Rock and Roll Martian, Joe Acosta, Will, Redneck Tech, James, Bill, Dustin, Middle-Aged Mike, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, @Justin R. Young. Join our Discord. The party keeps going all night long on our Discord, bit.ly/jury Discord. Folks, until tomorrow, we need high thoughts. We need high thoughts, and we can't do it tomorrow. So if you're getting high or you're in a high state of mind this Halloween, email in your high thoughts, jurydaily@gmail.com. Please give a round of applause for Mr. Wacky, and please don't.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.